super exciting edition of Inside Media Weekly. I'm Ryan Boni. Can Bastos, you okay?
We always have that super exciting pressure.
What do you want me to do? Okay,
we
prepared.
Determined.
Here's an average edition.
What if people then turn off the
put
channel?
That pressure on. You know, are you like teasing?
Yes.
I feel like people are either tuning in
and staying with us.
We're like destination viewing. I feel like.
Well,
it's not you just don't stumble across this and stick with it.
Justin Pinto, he's excited to be here.
I made it all the way downstairs. I'm here.
Made it. And guess who else is here? A black screen. I don't know what happened to the Sea Otters.
It had a message on before.
Well, yeah.
You can view the fake greenery.
It looks like
we've got some new.
I'm not sure what's going on. Before, it looked like a little red ice tray was floating around in the water. I feel like
they need to get that super machine that they're putting in the Pacific Ocean and clean this up.
There's a little sea otter. He's just on the edge of the screen.
Someone had on their Facebook post the other day an otter hopping onto their kayak that they were renting. I watched the whole thing. It was pretty interesting.
How long?
Well, you have a clear infinity for sea otters.
I put it on my.
There he is.
I like otters. Let's watch it.
Trying to get on the rock.
Climbed over her leg and.
Nope, he's back in the water.
Stole her shoe. It was interesting.
It froze.
It looks like it froze again. So
there you go.
You're welcome, everyone.
Why go to Monterey Bay?
Advertising for the Monterey Bay Aquarium.
So speaking of advertising, actually it has nothing to do with advertising.
No.
The Nun. Huge this past weekend, and in fact, first of all, I didn't realize we were up to the 5th Conjuring.
I was going to say.
First of all,
did you know? That was my story. You wrecked it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's related to other films that have come out, and it actually made more than the other movies.
It is the highest debut of a Conjuring movie of the 5.
I have heard of The Conjuring.
Yes.
I have heard of
Conjuring
Annabelle.
2. Okay.
I've heard of The Nun. Had no clue they were related to each other in any way, shape, or form.
Fascinating.
Had no clue until it said Conjuring Showdown. I was like, what do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Who knew?
I think I've watched them. I may have watched them.
53 million.
Maybe I watched The Conjuring
What's the budget?
and Conjuring 2. Oh, it can't be that big.
Well,
horror movies all come in at 20 million, 17 million.
They've been getting a little bit, they've been putting a little more money into them lately, I feel like.
Anything that opens...
$22 million.
20, I was too off. Anything that opens September 9th is not going to be your, big budget film.
No,
Peppermint's
not 100.
$25 million.
Yeah.
Not as well, but that probably mostly went to Jennifer Garner's salary.
Correct. Yeah, not a good move.
The Meg?
And it was also another horror movie.
The Meg cost $130 million.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Especially for an August release. And it made a bunch. Did it make a profit?
Yes, I think it has.
Made a profit domestically.
Domestically, not even overseas yet.
Just barely. But
listen.
But of course, overseas, it's going to
crush
kill.
it.
Yeah. And what already has. Doesn't it make some hundreds of millions in China or something already?
Mission Impossible spent a lot of money overseas. The Rampage with The Rock, we looked it up, made a lot of money overseas.
Did. I was hammering on those Rock movies. Turns out, not as bad as it thought it would be.
Well, domestically, it's been bad.
He's
It hasn't been
struggling.
Skyscraper,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Rampage, but overseas,
Did Skyscraper didn't even make $100 million, did it?
I think it made 67.
And I think Rampage did make $100 million.
I think it got real close.
If I was betting between those two,
You would have gone the other way?
100 times.
Speaking of 100 times.
Wait, we're not.
I'm sorry. Oh yeah, the Nun.
So I'm watching the trailer for the new
thought you said I
Halloween
ruined it.
film that's coming out. All right, and I'm like, oh. Okay.
You mean Halloween franchise, like Michael Myers?
Yes.
Well, there's a lot of Halloween movies coming out. I'm sure Tyler Perry's got a new one coming out.
Certain of it, something.
Boo.
But it was
3.
Halloween, which is now the direct sequel to the first Halloween movie, apparently.
And ignoring all the
Scrap
sequels.
all the rest of the stuff. Yes.
Okay, got it.
Without, in between, whatever, doesn't matter.
All those movies you saw and invested money and bought, doesn't matter.
Nope.
We're
Didn't happen.
We're restarting.
Maybe the third one did, 'cause it was sort of...
It's the second timeline.
Over.
Going
Right.
on.
We're scrapping all that stuff, starting over. And I'm watching it, and my 11-year-old from the other room goes, Dad, are you watching the trailer for The Nun? And I'm thinking to myself, maybe I did a terrible job as a father by not making her aware that Halloween exists, or maybe I did a really good job as a father making sure my 11-year-old didn't know it existed. So I don't know.
The film.
Yes.
She knows the holiday.
Correct.
She celebrates
She is
holiday.
aware of Halloween. Well, I wouldn't call it celebration, but we do wear costumes, and I
Well,
permit
that's
them to
celebrating.
trick or treat.
What else is there to Halloween?
We put up lights now in our house.
Oh yeah, we have Halloween lights, decorations,
a
parents
big
dress
to-do
up.
last year.
I tied a balloon to the sewer last year. That was great.
Nice. Red
Yeah,
balloon,
You're
actually.
welcome. Of course. Kids were walking by like, who did that? I don't know.
Did you have a little sailboat or anything? A little boat?
Did
you
not.
should-
I thought that might gone too far. I did, however.
would be littering
I
at
did
that
take
point,
a couple of pictures. I did buy a Pennywise costume and put the makeup on. Wandered around beforehand a little bit.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, thank you.
Speaking of amazing, so last week we mentioned the Academy Awards. We mentioned some of the changes that are coming. They're going to basically not give any awards out at the awards ceremony. They're all going to be during the commercial. No, and
Much like Halloween franchise, didn't really happen.
Nope.
You thought.
we're going to shorten it, and also we're going to have a popular category. Well, they've changed it.
No.
It's on the shelf. The
Indeterminate amount of time.
I would like to see the odds right now for Black Panther getting nominated for Best Picture. I would assume there's somewhere in the neighborhood of 2-1 or 1-1.
Nominated?
Will not win. 0% chance of winning. But I would bet it gets nominated because Boseman came out, I was like, this is terrible, I can't believe it. If it's a good film, it should be nominated. And then they were like, about that award, not quite yet ready for that.
Well, can't you be nominated for... I asked Boni yesterday. Can't you be nominated for both?
You could.
I mean, we didn't have the
Sure.
bylaws.
Absolutely.
So are we
could be.
afraid that the Academy would say, well, we gave you popular. Mm-hmm. We gave you popular.
Right.
You can't, you're not coming in over here.
Yes.
And
That's
how do you even
absolutely what
define
happened.
popular?
over here.
Like, how do you define...
Say on that.
Well, I think you're looking at box office gross. Have more than 12 people seen this? Are more than 14 people outside of Hollywood aware of
When's
this
the
film?
last... we'd have to... We can't do this now because it'll just be us looking at
Yeah.
computer screens.
But
we
make
gotta go back.
the show even better.
What was the last movie that was made $100 million that got nominated for Best Picture?
Well, 100 million is a weird threshold because, again, going back
and then
through
you go
time,
200 million. 100 million used to be a huge deal. Now
Right.
it's like the Meg made $100
Right.
million.
But
Could it be
I
up for
would
Best
say,
Popular Film?
what was the one terrible one released in the 90s? The Love Story in the Desert was like 4.5 hours
English
long.
Patient.
Yeah. A lot of people saw The English Patient.
Yes,
And
it
it
was-
won.
Yes.
I don't know if there's another movie since then that made a bunch of money that a lot of people were talking
And a
about.
lot of times they don't make money until it's nominated, and then
I-
make money on the back end of it, and so on and so forth.
That's the only one that has
We
legs,
can
by
just.
the way.
There's a. Actually, last year had the surprise that would go against that, which was Get Out. Get Out made.
Yes,
Look
but it
here.
didn't win.
Oh, but you said
I said nominated. I
Oh,
said nominated.
nominated.
I mean, Get Out.
Okay.
I mean, and then you could-
255 million.
There have been a bunch of films that have been nominated for Best Picture, especially since they expanded it out.
Yeah, they would go to 10, up to 10 now, which is kind of crazy. I mean, it's
I'm looking for winners. I'm looking for something.
How about the winners?
Come on. Well, look through that and you can see the winner.
I'm sure
like,
IMDb has it, don't they, somewhere? Or Box Office Mojo?
yeah, remember how we said we're not going to do this, and yet now we're doing it.
We
anyway.
have to now.
You're
I'm
welcome.
curious.
You're welcome for people who are watching.
Yes. Kids in the room filming, yes, we're going to bore you by looking at
Don't
computers.
worry. It's a new and interesting way to bore you.
Yeah.
We
We
took a
tried.
film.
We tried.
I have to say, I got to give mad props out right now.
Yeah.
The camera 3 person on here,
Yeah.
she's moving the camera around.
Nice.
Frick would be so proud of you, camera 3.
Fantastic. Well, did
Live pan.
Yeah, she did, not a live pan. No, let's not go
Award
crazy.
winners.
Just moving the camera, finding that new shot.
Wait a minute. These
Okay,
nominees.
even better. We're not even talking about it anymore.
So, anyway,
Just watching.
are we saying
Oh,
now?
here we go.
I'm hoping. Yes.
Okay, you ready for
Go.
winners over
I am.
100
Let's hear
million?
winners first.
Okay,
It's
Titanic,
all right. Okay, there you go.
90s.
That's
1997. Lord of the Rings: Return of the King
bigger. Oh yeah.
was 2003.
Which it shouldn't have won.
No, the second one.
So we
was
should have said
better.
Two Towers. Should have been the real winner.
I
Also, a lot of
said
money.
that. I said that when it came out. Ugh.
Forrest Gump 94. But so we're still in the 90s. We've not had a 2000.
made a lot of-
Gladiator was 2000.
Oh yeah.
Dances with Wolves 184 million in
That was a
90.
boatload of money.
In the 90s.
100
$100 million in the 90s
I think.
is like
I should look.
I've never seen the movie,
Dances with Wolves.
and I've heard it's mediocre at its zenith.
I saw the opening twice on TBS when it changed from another movie,
like-
and I was like, click.
Rain Man,
That's a
172
great
million
movie.
in
That's a great film.
1988.
Now, 172 million in 1988 is like $500 million.
Yes, that's a great film too.
A Beautiful
And
Mind.
I don't think you can make it anymore.
No, these are all in the
like Beautiful
100,
Mind.
you know, 100
B
to
minus to me. Oh, It's my device. I didn't mute it yet.
Chicago made over 100 million.
Oh yeah, that's another one. That's a lot. I gotta say.
And then it kind of then we have actually, and that's the problem is I'm looking at gross, but then we gotta think about that. There's that. Well, there's also that. Hey, let's re-release it in the theaters.
Sure. Yes.
Like Slumdog Millionaire. I don't know if it made over 100 prior to.
I like Slumdog Millionaire.
I like Slumdog Millionaire a lot.
I wouldn't say it was like the greatest film ever, but it was good.
Platoon, The King's Speech, The Departed.
Oh, King's Speech I thought was a little B-.
Silence of the Lambs, American Beauty.
How did The Departed win
Silence
Best
of the
Picture?
Lambs. Departed was okay.
Terms
I
of
think it was a
Endearment.
tough year.
Driving Miss Daisy made 106 million, and Unforgiven made 101.
I love
I'm sorry, $1 Million Baby 100.5. So those are your. One more, Shakespeare in Love 100.3.
Not good.
So,
It's quite a few. That's a lot more than I expected.
but
It's a lot more than I expected.
as you're saying, 100 million is probably not a good gauge. Like
Well,
super
I think
successful
you'd
is
have
now
to-
200 million.
I
probably.
think, yeah, but I'd say if you're in the 2000s, you'd have to say what movie in the since 2000 in like
3-5.
3-5 has made 200 million or more. If you made 150 million dollars in 1994, you made a lot of money. I mean, that was a ton of money, and I don't go off of that whole like. If you're already
Adjusted
telling me,
for gross,
that
whatever.
adjusted thing on Box Office Mojo, you're telling me like they're already adjusting like Black Panther. Like, do we really need to adjust it? Have the ticket prices changed in the last 7 months? Like,
I don't know.
What's
you know.
interesting is the lowest winner. Getting stuck on the set here. The lowest grossing winner. Can you get? It's actually recent, very recent. 2009.
The one about Hurt Locker.
The Hurt Locker.
Bam!
17 million.
we'll have to edit that scream out later.
Take it. You're welcome.
By the way, The Dresser.
Thank
in
you, audio
1983. Remember The Dresser?
No.
That's the lowest grossing nominated Best Picture ever. $5.3 million.
Did not remember.
Because you said The Dresser, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I do not
Oh,
own
wait.
that movie.
There's
so
what I
put
should
it
have
in
done.
one-
They had a pre-nomination gross. Box Office Mojo's got everything. I'll tell you what.
Box Office Mojo. Again, more
Well,
exploring Box
it's-
Office Mojo on video.
Yes.
Okay, but so
Inside Box Office Mojo Weekly.
So now it's people are making fun of the popular
If it
category.
comes back next year, like,
I mean-
if we go through this award
It's 5.
and then it comes back,
They've got to find a better way to name it. I mean, or, put a
it just
little
needs
bit
to
of
be
a...
defined. You just have to be able to define what it is when it comes out. Like, movies who made this much money are up for
No,
it. You
I
just-
say you just nominate Best Pictures, and you go put people in a corner and say, listen, quit nominating your art house garbage and find movies that are good. There are popcorn films that are entertaining, that are great films. We just have to start separating between the two. I mean, and it doesn't necessarily have to be or exonerate or eliminate something that's a popcorn film. Like, again, going back 25, 30 years, I think Jurassic Park is a great film. And I think at that time should have been nominated for a Best Picture. It never would have been, just because it made so much money and was so adored popularly. But something like Jaws, for example, should be recognized. Star Wars was, but nothing else after that had been. Trying to think of other popular type films. The one that keeps popping in my mind was one that did win, was Silence of the Lambs. But other popular movies that we just need to stop separating it. And
But what's the point
what?
of giving this popular award? I mean, what is?
they want people to be interested in the category.
I mean, it's
awards.
really
If
just
they
to
think
watch the
Get Out-
telecast,
If they
right?
think Get Out's going to win, they might watch. If they know Get Out's not going to win, why am I going to watch? Great, it's nominated, but I knew it was nominated without spending 3 hours watching.
Right.
So it's all about the telecast.
It's all
It
about
is.
Ratings
viewers
for
and
others.
ratings. Yeah, I mean that's
and money.
Because obviously it gives a
well, that's
boost.
the money. Yes.
But these movies don't need a boost.
They looked at it
Let's
and they
say
said
Best Picture
the
nominated.
only films that actually get a boost are the Best Picture winners.
Really.
There is no boost from like Best Supporting Actor winner or Best, whatever thing. And really, something else that popped in my mind. They give a lot of those awards out to different kinds of films. Like Jack Palance won for City Slickers, remember? And that was a popular type film, and I would say a good performance.
Right.
Well, see, like a lot
But-
of times, like the actor, like they get like lifetime achievement awards via,
Right.
like
Lord of the
was
Rings.
Jack Palance really the best supporting actor of City
I
Slickers?
don't
He was really, I mean, he was
Or-
really good in the movie, and City Slickers is a fun movie.
I haven't given him an award for 40 years.
Right.
But yes, it's like
Right, he's done a lot of stuff. Here you go, Jack. I mean, they're recognizing a lot of those mistakes that they made. Like Hitchcock is your premier example. He directs all these films, goes through everything, never wins Best Director. Wins a couple of times technically for movies that he directed, but because of the way they were set up at that point, didn't get one for Rebecca. So all of that, back and forth. And I think they look back at that and say, boy, we made a tremendous error not honoring this guy. And others, I'm sure. Trying to think of other marquee type actors who never won one. But
Well, Denzel won a couple years ago. Like, he hadn't won. He'd been nominated.
Right.
And then, what did he win for Training Day?
I think so. Which was a great film.
Which he was really good in, but, I mean, was he, is that...
It's not his
he
best
had to have a better role
No.
than that at some point, but it's just kind of like, well...
I think Glory was...
Well, he was supporting actor nominated in Glory, wasn't
Yeah.
he?
Did he win for that?
I don't know if he did or didn't, but I don't think he was the lead. He wasn't nominated for lead actor.
No, he was not. But I think he was nominated for supporting, and that's a great film. I think he was
Yeah, and then
nominated
you always have the
against-
de facto nominee. Any actress
Meryl
award, you're
Streep.
down to 4 right away because Meryl Streep's getting one of the nominations, as long as she has been in a movie. In the
I don't
last
know. I don't
calendar
think they
year.
can give one for the latest version of...
You'd be shocked what they can do.
So Denzel, one for Training Day and one for Glorious Supporting. And he's also been nominated
I think he was
1,
nominated
2,
against
3,
someone else in Glory as
4,
well.
5 other times as Best Actor and 1 other time as Best Supporting Actor. Roman J. Israel Esquire.
That was
past year.
recently.
Fences, Flight, The Hurricane, and Malcolm X. He was nominated for, and then Cry Freedom. He was Best Supporting Actor nominee.
I mean, I got to imagine. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen Malcolm X. I'm pretty sure I haven't. I got to imagine he was better in Malcolm X than he was in Training Day.
He might have been better in Remember the Titans than he was in Training.
I love Training Day.
Yeah,
I
no,
loved
it's
it.
It's a fun-
And
it's
a
a fun
nice,
movie.
Yeah, no,
a
it's-
nice curveball. Guys,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
a sucker for endings, and it was, whoa! I remember being hit by that in the gut at the end of the film. It was great, and especially all from him in the writing. Ethan Hawke, right, was the
Yes.
other guy. He was pretty good too. The film was very good. Was it nominated for Best Picture? More looking up on Box Office Mojo.
I don't
with,
think Training Day was nominated for Best Picture, but I could be
it
wrong.
may have been. It was right in that time where they were talking about expanding out.
I thought the first year they did it was Star Trek. Was the first year they expanded it.
I don't know.
Only 2 nominations for Training Day.
All right.
Best Actor and Best Supporting Actor, Ethan Hawke. Nominated, but not won.
No, it's a great film. I remember when they were talking about expanding, and then they did those other categories like Best Animated Feature, and I thought that was a good expansion. But at the same time, there were so few animated films nominated. Some years, or so few that came
There's always
out.
3 pretty much every year.
Well, there were a couple where there were 5 at the very beginning, and some of them were like,
we're
really?
nominating. Wait, what?
I know, I've never heard of this movie. It's never gone anywhere. And this is when I had kids. We would go see just about everything, but not a bad move. But again, if it's the best film, put it in the other category.
Yeah.
Like Beauty and the Beast coulda, woulda, shoulda won that year.
Was nominated, right?
It was nominated
For
for
Best
Best
Picture,
Picture.
yes.
Did not win, but I remember being angry that it didn't. Something like Toy Story or Toy Story 3 could, should, would have been nominated. And I don't think it's getting that nomination anymore because that other category exists.
I don't think this category's coming back.
Was in Toy Story 3. You go over there with Cloudy with a Chance of
Guessing that,
Meatballs,
right.
and you can win that award.
They should just do gold, silver, bronze.
Anyone pay
He tells
attention
everything, yes,
to
yes.
the internet feud going on right now between Ryan Reynolds and Paddington 2?
I saw something briefly.
No?
I saw something briefly. Well, you might want to be
Great.
careful what you're
I
googling,
was-
Boni.
Right.
Because I'm probably
It has
guessing
not been something I clicked on at school.
I'm
Okay.
guessing it's Deadpool related in some
Yes.
ways, and it could get a little.
Deadpool 2 portrayed itself as a family film in all of the openings, and Paddington 2, of course, at whatever Citizens' Choice Awards or whatever, got nominated for all this stuff, so he was going on a rant. And the brilliant thing was Paddington 2 got back in and responded to this. That's been great.
Yeah. I would watch the.
Oh.
I would watch the search.
Oh, yeah, be careful on that one.
Yeah, all right. I can't.
Yeah.
All right. I'm glad we stopped here. Just, not.
It's just Deadpool.
Deadpool was much more raunchy than the second one.
The first Deadpool.
Yes.
But Deadpool 2 is also rated R.
It is rated
Yes,
R.
correct?
Loads of violence.
Oh, yes.
Loads of language.
Yes.
Less on the adult content and drug use, but still hard R film.
Speaking of R,
R. Pirate movie?
you gotta be excited when
The Predator.
MovieWeb's Predator headline for their review is a bloody, foul-mouthed action barrage.
Favorite kind of film.
That's a beautiful picture. So,
Predator is a scary dude.
how many Predators are we up to now? Do we count?
Do we count the crossovers with Alien?
I would think
AVP?
Alien versus...
There's 2 AVPs.
Uh-huh. And I think there were 2 Predators before there was an AVP.
There was 2 Predators, Predator and Predator 2. Then there's AVP and AVP Requiem
Something
or whatever,
else.
something with the tagline. Then there's the Predators with Adrian Brody, called Predators, where they go to the planet and it's all Predators. They like crash land on the planet.
I don't think I've seen those.
That's Adrian Brody, I believe.
Are there multiples of those?
I think there's just one. I don't think there's 2 of that, but I could be wrong. I know there's one.
Remember Boni's big list of all the movie franchise grossing and all that stuff? That was a fun list.
Who knew The Conjuring would be on it with 5
I know.
films?
I don't think Conjuring was on that list, Boni.
Not at that time, certainly.
Now you never know. With the smash hit The Nun.
Did you guys hear there's a Police Academy movie coming out?
He said that last week.
That's
I believe.
on the list. Well, we'll get to that.
Police Academy 9.
I don't
By the way,
know.
there was only one Predators movie. It was Robert Rodriguez was the director, and it was Adrian Brody was the...
There's some other big names in that movie too, besides Adrian Brody. I just can't remember any of them right now.
So this will be the 6th Predator then?
So we've got Predator, Predator 2, Predators, and then
Two AVPs.
This is the Predator, so it's the 4th in the main series, and if you count the 2 crossovers,
6.
AVP and AVP Requiem,
Oh, Requiem.
you've got... and there's Wikipedia has a whole comparison of the characters, which characters come across the different movies. Although it looks like there's not a lot of crossovers.
Is there any person who's in more than one Predator film?
Actually, there is.
What?
Wow. Wikipedia Carrillo. Carrillo? I don't know. This.
Was it the same character?
It is Anna Gonzalez. I don't.
Is it an
remember.
AVP?
No,
I
it's
bet it
Predator
is.
and Predator 2.
What?
Oh wait, the crossovers might have. Wait, they don't have that. They don't have the
don't remember
AVP in
ripoff.
there.
Boy, it's got to have a
she
rough
might be
life to
back.
get run to the Predator
The
twice.
Predator.
I made it. I'm alive. The Predator's dead. It's the Predator. What? Predator Part 2.
So my question.
Let me throw out another Predator
Oh,
question.
wait, please.
Did you hear the edits on the last minute of the Predator film?
Like this.
Is that a spoiler, perhaps?
No. There was someone who was accused of some kind of assault against another person. One of the actors revealed it, went back to the editing room, and chopped the actor out of the film.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty advanced. I mean, this close to the release date, to go back and say, this person is a dirtball scumbag, get him out of the film, and the studio said, all right, we're in on that. Let's do that. That's pretty impressive.
Did not know.
So the Nun's going to go up against Predator, the Predator.
Ooh.
Sorry, it's not Predator.
It's the
Predator.
ultimate Predator. Didn't it say that in the commercial?
It's like the Ohio State University.
Well, there's only. I mean, I don't think there's actually another Ohio State University, but there are Predators.
Ohio University.
It's not Ohio State.
I understand.
Yes.
But they always say,
Whoa.
the deep pause. Wow.
Sylvester Stallone shares his excitement as Rambo 5 gets ready to
Relax,
shoot.
Sly.
Who knew there was 4 Rambos?
I did.
Oh, there's that
Yeah.
one called. What's the name? It's called.
I
It's just
don't
called
know.
Rambo again, isn't
There's
it?
yeah. This is the second time going back in the well. There were 2 big ones, and the third one was almost a direct-to-video release.
But it was Rambo 1, 2, 3 in like the 80s,
yeah.
basically. Then they did Rambo, like a couple years ago.
sort of like what was the in-between Rocky film? What was that one called?
In between one?
Like there
Rocky
was
Balboa?
there were a whole bunch of Rockies. They make like Rocky 6.
Yes.
And then there was a Rocky Balboa.
Balboa.
And then Creed.
And then
And then now we've had Creed.
No, there was another one in between.
I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, see now I'm box office mojo.
I don't remember.
And didn't Stallone say, was it his mom or his grandmother gave him the inspiration for Rambo, like had a dream or something? Am I imagining that? And so she told him, hey, you got to go back to the series and stuff.
Yeah, I'm right. You're right. I'm sorry. My fault. Yes, Rocky Fives,
5.
and then Balboa and Creed.
Now
Creed 2.
2.
I loved Creed. I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah.
But
I own it, but have not
I've not
yet
seen it.
watched it.
you gotta watch it. It's so good. And I remember getting angry talking about how he was not nominated.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is going to be a nomination for that guy. And Stallone didn't win, or did he win?
I thought he was supposed to win and he didn't.
I think I remember that too. And he was not good. He was the worst part of that film. I thought he was way better in Rocky Balboa than he was in Creed. Way better. That's a great film. You guys have seen Rocky Balboa, right?
I have not.
Have you seen the Rocky 5?
Yes, I've seen all the
4?
Rocky movies.
All right.
I've seen all Rockies. I've not seen Balboa or Creed.
Sylvester Stallone has never won. He was up for Best Actor and Best Original Screenplay in
Copland.
Rocky. Did
What
not
about-
win.
He was nominated for Cop. Was he nominated
Didn't-
for Copland?
And
Or no?
was nominated for Creed and did not win.
Okay.
I like Copland too.
I thought he was not. That might have been Buzz at the time, but you know.
I like the film.
Yes.
I don't know if I like
I
him
meant. I just
necessarily.
meant the nomination. I did not.
We're
remember.
almost out of time.
What?
2 minutes. But The Rock has posted a picture from the Fast and Furious spinoff. It's Hobbs and Shaw, right? He's very excited.
Why don't they just call it Fast and the Furious 14 or whatever it is?
Well, he's got his feud going right now with Vin, so they're gonna.
I'm sure they'll never get back to make another Fast and Furious movie together.
Yeah, then
And that's gonna.
I know. Oh yeah.
Somebody will back the truck up.
We have.
we will never.
We
use
have
a
a-
truck of money. Okay.
And here, big news. Barbie and He-Man writes, inspired Sony's Mattel launches film division.
He-Man.
Okay.
Okay.
Men.
Duly noted.
I would watch
Are
it.
you,
Who was the first He-Man film?
Dolph Lundgren.
That's right. Dolph Lundgren.
Same time he's in Punisher.
That's right. And Rocky 4. Circular conversation.
Big,
You're welcome.
big time at the time. Did you mention Police Academy? Is that what you?
Yeah, I threw it out there.
Yes. So
18.
just don't forget, it is coming.
I think it's
Steve
9.
Gutenberg has just kind of said, has alluded to the fact that it's.
I'm going to show it up. It's sort of like Chevy Chase in the second Caddyshack film.
Just sort of there.
Keep pouring money on him. Okay, I'll stick around. How many more scenes you have? We can get Chevy walking to the bathroom. We'll put that in the film. Picking up a hot dog at lunch. We'll put that in the film.
Before we go, let's. Things are moving slow here.
I think you need more tabs on there. Throw it.
Two.
47 tabs.
This weekend we mentioned the Predators coming out.
Yes.
We also
Against the
have
Nun.
A Simple Favor, Unbroken, Path to Redemption, and White Boy Rick.
September.
That's with Matthew McConaughey.
You are
So-
movies.
Are we? Has the Nun got power to hold number one?
I don't know. I think it might come under.
Or do you think?
Predator's not going to beat what Nun made this weekend, but
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna make $50 million.
no. It'll be close between the two, I'd say.
We'll have to check out next week
Oh.
on Inside Media Weekly. Thanks for joining us.
A whole week to wake.